Knick of
Oh,
Time Show. Go check out that show. It's a great show. It's a great show.
York, New York, big city of dreams. New York, New York, big city of dreams.
What's going on? This is Jay Ellis from the Knick of Time Show. Here giving you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. It's time to talk about painful Knicks loss. The Knicks lose to the Pacers 137 to 134 in overtime. And we're going to talk about it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But really, Ryan, it is all ugly because the Pacers are only a 13 win team. They are not playing well. Yes, they've been playing better as of late, but they do not have a lot of their top scorers. They traded for Zubac. He is not playing. Halliburton is not playing. Obi Toppin has a fractured foot, yet the Knicks still fall to the Pacers, and we're going to talk about it. Before I do, I'm going to introduce you to my man, the myth, the legend, the guy with the stats and the facts.
Ryan G in the building. Tough loss. I think when you look at this game, you have to kind of remember that although the Pacers are only a 13-win team, a lot of those guys from last year's finals team is still there, like Siakam, Nemhard, Nesmith, McConnell, and these guys they often have good games against the Knicks. So it's like, although you're going against a bad team, a lot of those guys are still there that have killed the Knicks in the past. And it's like, you can't allow these dudes to get into rhythm. And unfortunately, that's what the Knicks did. They allowed these dudes to get into rhythm. Then when you have other guys like Quentin Jackson, who only averages 7.8 points a game, put up 19, that makes it tough on you.
Listen, Ryan. The Knicks have to realize this one thing. There are teams who are pissed that we put that BTA on them last year. Or not even just that. There are teams that we have rivalries with that are coming into our building this year with this game circled. So with those type of teams, Detroit and the Pacers, guys we have history with, we have to put them in their place early. We have to punch first. I feel like too often we're kind of trying to feel our way through the defense and they get started early and now it's too late. We usually shut down a team at least one quarter, at least one. The Pacers scored average 30 points for 4 quarters straight. That is not Knicks basketball. That is not the defense that we've seen. It seems like the Knicks just have an issue, one with their athleticism and speed, matching up with their transition offense, and just matching up with Siakam in general. And we never really got a good handle on how to guard them offensively. Every time we scored a bucket, they were racing down the court for early post-ups from Siakam or just early breakdowns off the dribble. Sometimes we were forced to double and then kicking out for open threes. Sometimes they just going straight to the hoop. It seems like they broke down our defense in transition in multiple different ways. And then the few times we did get them in the half court, we just didn't have anybody to contend with certain people. Whether it be CJ McCollum, not CJ McCollum, TJ, whether it be TJ, whether it be Nimhard, or whether it be Siakam. We just did not have the defenders to hold down the fort. Especially with Siakam and Nimhard in particular, we've always had problems matching up with Siakam. Always. There's never been a guy who can really hold him. The only person who's kind of been able to slow him down is the guy with the messed up toe right now in OG Anunoby. And we didn't have him to guard him, so he went off. And this is not an excuse because we definitely had enough players to win this game and to take it out, but we just needed to be better defensively overall, especially guarding those three guys in particular.
Yeah, definitely. It's like I said earlier. You cannot look at this game and be like, "Oh, the Pacers are a bad team." We don't have to, play at our top level, whatever the case, to beat them. You still got to remember that a lot of these guys on this team, like you faced them in the Eastern Conference Finals last season. These guys look forward to the Knicks games. So they're gonna play their best, and you already know that the other guys on the bench or the other guys in the lineup, they're gonna try to hype them up as well to get them ready for the game. And the thing is with the Knicks today, it's like I felt like they played into the Pacers' hands too much at times because overall the Pacers are not a good offensive team. They struggle
Right.
with a ball. So if the Pacers are trying to push pace to try to get easy baskets, why are we pushing pace with them? Why are we trying to run up and down the court with them and try to match pace to score the basketball? Like, no, this team is not a good offensive team. Why not slow the game down and keep them in the half court for the majority of the game and only pick your your spots to transition, like off of rebounds or off of turnovers and things of that nature? Like, why are you trying to push the pace with a team that can't score the basketball in the half court? It doesn't make sense to me. And then on top of it, like, yeah, Siakam is always a problem for the Knicks. We never had a defender that could really hold him down like that. Like you said, OG is the only guy that can really do that to some degree, and he's hurt. So I already knew coming into the game, Siakam was going to probably be it was probably going to be barbecue chicken for Siakam anyway, coming into the game. But still, the other guys, like for example, Nemhard, like yeah, he's a guy that has good games against us in the past as well. And for whatever reason, like it doesn't matter whether it's Brunson, whether it was Alvarado, it didn't matter who was guarding him. Like this dude was just cooking. And then the same thing with TJ McConnell. Like it don't matter who we had on TJ McConnell, he was just cooking as well. So it's just one of those games where it's like it was very frustrating to watch. At times, I think the Knicks overhelped on defense as well, which led to a lot of Pacers open threes in the first half. And it's just one of those games where it's like you're just looking at the game, you're just watching the game, you're like, what the hell? Like what's going on?
Yeah, it's like I felt like we were kind of forced to overhelp sometimes. They were so fast to the middle. We couldn't stop them. That we sent help all the time. And then I feel like our communication wasn't there crisp enough where they would help swing, open three. Now we contested a few open threes a few times, but then even when we did those, they got offensive rebounds and then killed us in that way. So we really I felt like whenever we even stopped one thing, another thing started to go. Whenever we went up 7, they went to make a push, and we never really got over the hump. But we had a chance to win, which brings me to the fourth quarter. Now, I talked about the Knicks versus Nuggets game, and after we won the Knicks versus Nuggets game, I mentioned something. I mentioned that although we won that Knicks versus Nuggets game, I felt like we could have won easier because of the way they were guarding Brunson. I feel like we could have utilized Cat more because there's been too many times where Brunson and Cat has like a screen and roll opportunity, a screen and pop opportunity, and Brunson never pitches it back to Cat. When Jose Alvarado was in the game, as soon as he gets in the game, Cat gets the ball at the top of the three-point key. He's able to drive. He's able to make decisions. He's able to get involved in the offense. Even with Tyler Kolek does that sometimes. But it's like, I felt like the fourth quarter comes. Yes, he's Captain Clutch. Yes, he can make the big shots. But I felt like we missed a lot of opportunities to diversify the offense. One, utilizing Cat a lot more because, like I said before, Cat set a screen. He's wide open. You never pitch him back. Keep them guessing. Keep them guessing. And I wish we'd have utilized Cat more. And on top of that, Mikal Bridges was kind of burning, man. He hit a couple of deadly mid-range shots. He looked like he had energy in the fourth quarter. He didn't take that many shots. It looked like he had fresh legs. We could have rolled Mikal Bridges' paws a little bit more in the fourth quarter, but we chose not to. And yes, we have an improved defense. Sometimes we might have nights where we're not going to be able to stop some guys. But I do feel like we're beating ourselves sometimes where we're not utilizing our other offensive weapons in crunch time.
No, definitely, I agree. And you look at the stats, and Brunson had 8 assists, and I mean, yeah, typically that you wouldn't look at that and be like, oh, that's a bad night on an assist standpoint and getting other teammates involved. Like 8 assists is a good number, but I did feel like late in the game, I did feel like he tried to play hero ball a bit too much, and should have depended on his other teammates to help him out a bit. Because, like, for example, and if you want to go back into the Nuggets game in OT, there was ball movement in overtime. It wasn't just Brunson playing hero ball. Like, the ball was moving in overtime, and different guys contributed and got the Knicks over the hump against the Nuggets. But it just seemed like late in the fourth quarter and going into OT, it was like Brunson was just tunnel vision a lot of times and not really getting other teammates involved. And then when other teammates did get involved, it was like off of like late passes late in the shot clock, and then they have to try to create something last minute. And I think, like, although, yeah, Brunson, he's the clutch player of the year from last season. We all know how Brunson is in the clutch. Like, Brunson gets buckets, big buckets at that. But I think sometimes, especially when they have other teammates going, you have to kind of defer to them sometimes and feed them the ball and let them help you out. Because if they're hitting shots, that makes it easier on you to get your shot.
Absolutely. And not even just that. You can tell by the way he was missing the shots that he was tired.
Yeah.
Every shot was short. Every single one. And when every shot is short and is 4th, 5th, 6th shot in a row, everything is short. Pass the ball, move the ball around. We have other ball handlers here to make things easy on you so you don't wear out in the fourth quarter and you're not utilizing it. Utilize your tools, man. I feel like we got a saw, a hammer, we got a screwdriver, we got all these diverse tools, and I feel like we're just trying to build a house using a saw and trying to hammer with the back of the saw and trying to screw drive with the edge of the saw. Well, we got other tools here to help us build the house easier. Like, we have to make things easier for this team, man. You don't have to hammer with the saw. You can use the hammer, Brunson.
Facts. But besides that, man, like, this is a game that the Knicks definitely should have won, and they let it slide. And then on top of that, after playing a tough game like this with guys playing over 40 plus minutes, you're playing tomorrow in Philly against a Sixers team that that's another team that, again, whenever they see the Knicks on the schedule, they see red. So it's
yeah, and B, not the DNP. He ain't playing the game. He ain't played the game. He ain't played the game today. He's playing tomorrow. Thank God for Mitch. But the Knicks played an overtime game. We're gonna fly to Philadelphia or take a bus to Philadelphia because it's like right there, and then play them tomorrow again for like is this our 4th overtime? Is this our 4th back to back with them, or at least our 3rd?
I think it's the 3rd back to back in like a short like time span. So yeah, the schedule makers definitely we're making it tough on the Knicks going into the All-Star break.
Absolutely. Salute to the chat too. Shout out to I am Sue Beauty. She said Brown should have challenged some of those fouls that were not challenged, led to Pacers either tying the game or getting the lead. Momentum shift. What the F is Brown saving these challenges for? Angry face. Yeah, there was a particular the one from Mikal Bridges stop. I thought that could have been challenged. I definitely thought that could have been challenged. And he chose not to. He did challenge the Shamet one, but I agree. I do feel like Brown, he's a little gun shy with the challenges, and he should challenge a little bit more, especially when he's leading to things like 3-point plays. Like, those 1 points in these tight games are crucial. I think there was something like 31 or 36 lead changes in the game. When it's that tight, you seen these and 1 plays, I think you should call the challenge as well.
Yeah, definitely. If it's a momentum shifting play, I mean, good thing that he did save the challenge for the Shamma one where they called a foul on Shamma and Siakam was going to the basket and they called it a no foul. But still, it's like in a tight game like this, if you see a call that's momentum shifting and it needs to be challenged, and you know that there's a chance to turn over, the play, the foul, you have to go ahead and do it.
You have to go ahead and do it. You have to go ahead and do it because we had plenty of times, man. We could have won this game. You know what's crazy too, Ryan? Listen, Karl Anthony Towns had a horrible game once again. Actually, no, he played well offensively in spurts, but got back to his hack a cat ways on offense. Gets a crucial rebound and gets fouled trying to go up for a putback. With 0.2 seconds left in the game, it hits 2 clutch free throws, only to foul out in overtime once again. It's like I felt like with Cat. Oh, I'm sorry. I felt like with Cat. I felt like he took like a couple of steps forward offensively, and then he took like 4 steps back with the offensive fouls. I don't know, man. And on top of that, I just feel like even with all the things wrong with this team, Ryan, we still fought. The Knicks were down 24 points. The Knicks were down 9 points with 24 seconds left in overtime. I started turning on the computer. I started getting ready for the show. I'm like, Ryan, I sent the link. I blink. We're down 1. We're down like 4 or 1 with like 3 seconds left. The Pacers didn't want this game, man. They're a loser team who looks for ways to lose sometimes, man. And this is why it pisses me off that we lost to the Pacers right
now. Nah, definitely. It's a broad pick that I got for later, but it's like kind of like how when the Jazz beat the Heat and the Jazz sat all their like starters in the fourth quarter, and then when it was speaking of Bam Adebayo after the game, Bam was like, well, we have to find ways to win games where the opposing team is trying to lose. Basically knowing that your opponent is not trying to win the game. They're trying to do everything within their power to lose the game, yet you still end up losing the game. Like, nah,
yeah, no, we got Siakam missing 4 free throws in a row. But we missed our own shots that we want to lose the game ourselves because with the hero ball that Brunson is doing, we are almost there, guys. I feel like there's a certain little tweaks that was going to take us over the hump, even with our rough defensive nights. There's certain fundamental things that we should have in place that we should be doing every game, and I feel like we're like close to the way there in certain things, but we still need, I feel like, more practices to include Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson in some type of pick and roll or some type of action at the end of games. We have to. That just doesn't involve Brunson just shooting the ball every single damn time.
Not definitely, but it also depends on Brunson as well. Like, someone got to tell Brunson that when you run pick and roll with Cat, like, sometimes pass the ball to Cat. You can't be too predictable and just always take the shot or drive to the basket and kick every single time. Like, you have to utilize Cat as well. And it's just kind of crazy because I know it's a different system under Mike Brown this season, but last season under Thibs, like, Cat was utilized way more, and Cat had one hell of a season. So it's like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm some basketball genius or I know more basketball than Mike Brown, nothing like that. Like, I'm never gonna act like that because I really don't. But I'm just saying that, is there anything that maybe they could take from Thibs and how he utilized Cat and how Cat was able to be effective on offense last season and try to incorporate it into his offensive scheme this season to try to get Cat going more in games?
I don't know. I don't even know if it's like a mental thing with. I feel like it might be a mental thing with the lack of involvement. Maybe I don't know, or maybe the coach isn't pumping him up enough, because I do feel like Cat found success driving to the rim off of pump fakes from the top of the key. I felt like he was hitting those last year. This year he's not hitting them. Even his 3-point shot, like, I feel like he's not hitting those as well either. I don't know what it is with him, but he's just not in a rhythm at all. It's just, he just needs more touches in certain places, though. I think that's what it is. He just needs to be more involved in general. Shout out to Bonner Lee, who sends a $1.99 super chat. It says, up to Coach Brown to unleash Cat. 100% agree. 100% agree. Here goes the predicate says Coach Brown didn't use the Awara properly tonight, and he left GTA in the game defensively. He was food tonight for TJ McConnell. What did you think about GTA's MSG Knick debut?
Well, I don't think he had a good game tonight. He struggled from the field. He did have a couple open look from three, wasn't able to knock it down. Defensively, I think he was better defensively against the Celtics than he was against the Pacers tonight. I do feel like TJ McConnell def cooked him from time to time. And, Alvarado just joined the team, so I'm not going to be too rough with him, but he didn't have a good game tonight. Struggled from the field. Defensively wasn't all that great. But again, you look at the Knicks roster, there wasn't really anybody who was defensively great tonight. So
yeah, it surprises me. Like, no, it doesn't surprise me. I feel like TJ McConnell is like the master of cooking other short guards. And especially when it comes to the Knicks, it's funny because when Deuce McBride was here and he was healthy, Deuce McBride was getting cooked by McConnell too. And I feel like it took him like game 4 in the playoffs to like get used to how McConnell plays and being able to slow him down. And he did the same thing to Jose Alvarado. He fricasseed Jose Alvarado. And Nembhard did the same thing. I feel like Nembhard got into the middle and shot mid-ranges with Alvarado all he wanted to. And also, I feel like Alvarado maybe had some jitters. I feel like he needs to slow down a little bit sometimes. I feel like when I'm watching Alvarado play, everything is like pew, pew, like a million miles per hour every single time, and he never really takes a beat. So it's like when he's open for shots, because he was open plenty for corner threes, it seemed like he was rushing the shots a little bit too much. We're going to really need him for catch and shoot shots. Those corner threes are kind of a staple of our offense, and he missed a couple of wide open ones. He did make up for it one time by head faking and getting an and one and going to the rim, and that's what I like to see. But he's going to need to work on that jump shot and get that a little bit better on the catch and shoot tip. But what I did like was his pick and roll game. Like I said before, I feel like him and Cat was kind of had shaky chemistry, but that was their first game versus the Celtics. I felt like pick and roll in general today. I feel like I think he had 5 assists today. I feel like he did a better job just hitting Knicks cutters in stride for buckets. So that point guard acumen definitely showed up today, but the defense was not there, and neither was the jump shot.
Yeah, definitely. I did like that play to where he I think he did a pick and roll with Huck Porty out on the baseline and fed him the ball, and Huck Porty was able to get the and one, I believe. Mm-hmm. So I did like that play as well. So I think if you want to point out good aspects of his game, I think it's the pick and roll play and the passing. I think he did well from that standpoint.
Absolutely. I Am Beauty says Shamit didn't have it tonight. Diawara should have gotten more minutes. I feel like Shamit is one of those people where he didn't have it tonight, but he's hit so many big shots. Sometimes I'm willing to roll the dice one more time. I'm like, oh, he missed that corner three. He'll hit the next one. He'll hit the next one. And the next one never really came. It kind of came really when it was too late in overtime, when he got the steal in overtime and hit the three that led to the Brunson three where we cut it to 1. But I feel like he just missed the big shot every single time, and that's not like Shamit.
Yeah, definitely. With Diawara playing more minutes,
18 minutes.
I don't think Diawara was like overly effective in his game. So it's hard to really say that, Shamit should have played less and Diawara played more. But, I do feel like although Shamit didn't really shoot well from the field, I'd still think that the defensive effort was there. It's just that, when it comes to the Pacers, the Knicks just have trouble guarding these guys. Like, it's not just one guy. It's like multiple guys that the Knicks struggle with. So, it's hard to really say like one guy should have sat and one guy should have got more minutes when it wasn't really like effective like either way with anybody.
I might have tried. I'm not gonna lie. When I think about the length of Siakam, I want to try Diarra on Siakam just because Siakam is freaking 6'9", and
Yeah.
it's like we just have problems with matching up with him in general. So it's like McCall is a pretty good defender. What is he gonna do with Siakam? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had Josh Hart guarding Siakam 1-on-1 in the fourth quarter, and when he was in the mid range and it was single coverage, in my mind, I'm like, I was already cursing. I was already cursing because I've seen this movie too many times in the playoffs.
Yeah.
We cannot guard Siakam 1-on-1 in the mid range, especially with guys who are like 4 inches shorter than him. He's gonna get the bucket every damn time, and he got the bucket this time. And I'm not sure if I would try Diarra in that fourth quarter moment 1-on-1, but I don't remember seeing Diarra really on Siakam the whole night, really. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody might tell me. Maybe it did happen. The game was moving really fast today. There was a lot going on today. So maybe it did happen in some stint, but I don't really remember seeing them really matched up. But I would definitely love to see him match up with Siakam a few times.
Yeah, definitely. And I just want to answer Bonner-Lee right quick. I can't say shipping out Dalen Terry was a mistake because it's just 2 games. I got to see a bigger sample size to see how Alvarado does over more of a games, over a bigger span of games. But at the moment, I think it's too early to call whether it was a mistake or not.
Yeah. I feel you. And you know what? With this team, I think people have to realize with this team that we are a team who has championship aspirations. So although there are nice type of young pieces out there, the front office is always going to value veteran pieces first because veteran pieces usually have more experience and have playoff acumen. So like they're going to go for Alvarado over Terry, even though Terry is a nice player, just because you already seen what he can do when the pressure is on. So I'm not mad at Alvarado being here on the Knicks, even though Terry would be a nice pickup as well.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So listen, in general, they kicked their ass for sure. We still need some help though. I still feel like the buyout market is something the Knicks should keep an eye on. And I know there's some people who are like we're obsessed with length because why are you always talking about length? Yes, yeah, okay, we have guards, but guards are valuable too, especially the tough defensive guards, and they are valuable. They definitely are valuable. But there's certain matchups where you just need taller players sometimes. And that's why I'm definitely gonna have one eye on this market. I know you have your eye on somebody, Ryan G. Who do you have your eye on when it comes to the buyout market?
Well, based on the players available and looking at the team at the moment, I think the biggest need you would say for this Knicks team is probably a wing defender, a guy that can give OG and McCall, some minutes on the bench and give him a break, and you can bring in somebody who can guard multiple positions, or I think a guy or a big, like a guy that can guard the 5 and the 4. Whereas, Huck Porty, yeah, he's a nice player, but he's not quite there yet. So you would probably want somebody with a bit more experience to back up Cat and Mitch, especially since, on situations like this where the Knicks play back-to-back, you already know Mitch is going to sit out one of those games. So I think having a more experienced backup would be beneficial to the Knicks as well. And I think seeing the emergence of Diawara, I think it makes it I guess it makes it a less of a need for the Knicks to go after a wing defender. So for me, I'd rather go for a guy that's versatile that can guard the 5 and the 4. So I'm looking at Boucher at the moment.
Yeah.
I know people complain about his low IQ in games, but at the same time, you're not going to get a diamond in the rough really from the buyout market. And at least with Boucher, he got the length to guard multiple positions, and he can shoot the 3 as well. So when he's on the court, he can stretch the floor. So To me, I see him as an ideal pickup. Yeah, he might not be the best player out there, but I do feel like with his length and the fact that he does try on defense, like he is a defensive player and can shoot the three, I feel like he would be a big help, especially in games where Mitch sits out and we need a backup for Cat.
Yeah, especially considering, sometimes OG gets nicked up too. So it's like the games where you need a backup for Cat, the games where OG gets nicked up, the games where Mitchell Robinson has to rest on a back-to-back. You have a guy who can kind of play that forward center position. And listen, you can have him in there with Diawara, and we can have a more traditional type of bench where it's not like three guards all the time. You know what I'm saying? We can have a wing power forward in the center. Ooh, like imagine that. You know what I'm saying? So it could be Diawara with Broussard, with Shamit, and whoever. So like I'm definitely for that for sure. I'm definitely have one eye at the buyout market and seeing if we can add another piece like that to go move forward with. And he's been some places, man. He's been in the playoffs. So checks all the boxes.
Definitely.
Checks all the boxes. Anything else you want to mention about today's game?
I mean, probably the lack of bench production overall. I think overall we only had, 18 points off the bench, which is not good.
Oof.
So we had to depend heavily on our starters to try to will us to this win. So I would have liked to see better bench production. But besides that, I really don't have a lot more to say. It's a bad loss, and Knicks have only pretty much 24 hours less than 24 hours to recover from this loss and go against Philly tomorrow night. So let's see if they're able to get that win tomorrow.
Jabroni says Kyle Anderson is better. I love Kyle Anderson. I've always wanted Kyle Anderson on the team. I mean, it's funny. It's funny when they're available. They're usually like way older and stuff. But like I would still like Kyle Anderson if it's possible. I wouldn't mind Kyle Anderson on the team. I'll go either or, to be honest with you. But maybe I'll probably lean a little bit more towards Boucher, but I definitely wouldn't be mad at Kyle Anderson.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that either.
For sure. Now, I agree with you, man. The bench scoring definitely left something to be desired. Muhammad Diawara, he only had 3 points today. Hukporti, though, actually played well moving without the ball. He had 5 rebounds in 20 minutes. That's not bad. That's a pretty decent rebound. I feel like we get him a lot for not having a low rebound rate. But we definitely could have used more scoring off the bench. Jose Alvarado having 0 from 3 from 3 and 1 for 5 from the field is a rough night. And Jordan Clarkson, actually, after cursing out half of Knicks Twitter 2 games before, had a decent scoring night in his limited minutes. 2 of 4 points. I mean, 50% from the field. I mean, listen, he wasn't a negative. He's 50%. But he was a -4. The bench really didn't play well in general. You got kind of everybody on the bench is a minus. But yeah, we definitely could have used some more bench scoring. This is those times when you start to miss Deuce McBride and his 3-point shooting. And this is the time when you're like, damn, when Shaman off the bench was giving you the scoring, now he's starting. Where's the scoring coming from the bench?
Definitely.
I mean, but yeah, something to keep an eye on. Definitely something to keep an eye on. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about it. I probably would be an advocate for maybe moving Shamit back to the bench and probably sliding in Diawara as a starter, just so we can have some scoring off the bench, and then we can still maintain our defensive integrity with the starting lineup as well. Like, I would consider that.
You know what it is? I feel like Shamit in the starting lineup keeps teams more honest. Because when Shamit is moving it out the ball, he's curling, he's getting to those movement 3, people chase him. When it comes to Diawara, it's funny, even though he's hitting the high clip from 3, I think he's hitting like 40, 53% from three on the season. That's something crazy. People still have a tendency to kind of leave him and Josh Hart open a little bit. So it's like when you have two guys where people want to slack off of and dare to shoot, it kind of gives Brunson a little bit less room to work with. So I think that's why they're going with Shamet to start. Or maybe they're just trying to do the matchup thing. Because it's like, okay, the Pacers have like a shorter backcourt. Maybe that's why, but I don't know. I'm just guessing right now.
Yeah.
All right, yo. Salute to the chat though. Y'all here. Y'all here after a loss. So salute to you guys. Shout out to Kolik. Says shout out to Stanley Nowak. Says Kolik played 1 minute. Sorry, the only way to describe that is stupid. Not necessarily. I mean, listen. The coach is in a position where he has to decide between playing Kolik or playing Clarkson. Me personally, I would play Kolik over Clarkson. That's just me. But the reason why Kolik was in the game was to inbound the pass. He's the best inbound passer in the game. And when he got into the game was just to impound the pass to Jalen Brunson to try to take the game-winning shot. And we got a clean shot. And we got the ball in. Barely got it in, but we got the ball in. So I understand why he used him in that moment. And I'm pretty sure he's pissed about it because he wants to play. But I'm not upset about the way he was used. Although, I do prefer Kolik over Clarkson, personally.
Yeah, definitely. I think it makes it kind of tough to play Kolik because you're already playing Brunson, who's a small guard, and you're playing Alvarado as well, who's a small guard. So it's like you already got two guards in the game, and you play them, and sometimes you even play them together. Making the Knicks have a small backcourt, and you need some type of size in a lineup, especially when you're playing two small guards. And I think that's what makes it hard for them to play Kolik as well, because I'm pretty sure they wouldn't mind playing Kolik. It's just that the Knicks have to maintain at least some type of size, and they're already playing two small guards in the lineup.
Right. Now I feel, yeah. They already have two small guards on the lineup, so they're gonna have to pick their poison at this moment. And yeah, we'll see how it goes though. We'll definitely see how this goes. Yeah. Shamet is not a starter. He's a fringe starter.
Yeah, I think he can start at times. On this Knicks team, when everybody's healthy, not a starter. But when there's injuries, you can use him as a starter.
Listen, the defense that he's playing and the clip that he's shooting from three, I am perfectly fine with Shamet starting. I have no qualms about it whatsoever. I'm cool. Yeah, I like him. I like Shamet, man. And still, to me, at this time, the best value contract in the NBA. You got him for a minimum, and he's pretty much filling a lot of Deuce McBride's role right now. Not quite Deuce McBride, but like close to comparable. You know what I'm saying? In the neighborhood.
Definitely. And Knicks Nation TV, Leon has a short man fetish. That is a wild comment.
Damn. Okay. All right, that's what you want to call it. Short man fetish. Listen, we'll say this once. We'll say it. He doesn't have a short man fetish. Short men are just cheaper on the market. It is way more. It's harder to get wings here. You saw how many picks it took to McAllen get here. Even though we paid $5, we played the Knicks tax. If he wasn't being traded to the Knicks, it probably would have been like 3 picks, if anything. You saw what we had to do to get OG Anunoby here. Wings cost bread, yo. Wings are not cheap. That's why the draft and all these other places to get wings are important to us, because they are so cheap, they're so expensive. We have to find cheap ways to get them here. That's what makes DRR such a big deal for us, because we are in need of a backup wing who could do something similar to McAllen OG. And the fact that he's stepping up and playing the way he is, it gives us hope, because we need a cheap wing contract, because those guys are expensive in general. Very expensive in the league, at a premium. All right. All right, yo. You have any bruh picks today? I know you do.
Yeah, I do have some bro picks. Yeah, you already know because I've been out for a few days, so I've been able to gather my bro picks together. So I'm gonna unleash them right now.
I already know where this is going because listen. I was in the streets. I was in the Clip streets, and I seen the lefts and the rights
man.
and the. Go ahead.
First and foremost, Charlotte Hornets versus the Detroit Pistons. There's a lot of broad picks to pass around. First and foremost, broad pick to Jalen Duren because I get it. Musa Diabate got up in your face. You mushed the man, and then afterwards you just backing up the whole time and having dudes just swing at you and not even really go back at them. I get it. You don't want to get suspended, but it's like, come on, dog. You started it. You mushed the guy in his face, and then you expect him not to swing back? Like, come on. Like, that's a bro right there. Another bro goes to Miles Bridges because, like, dog, first and foremost, that's not your beef, all right? That's Diabate and Duren. That's them. Let them handle it. All of a sudden, you want to be big, tough guy and trying to get it on the fight as well. And then when things calm down, you want to still go at Duren and swing at him. And then, and then that just escalates everything. Because what happens next? Another bro pick goes to Beef Stew. Because this man flies off the bench and like he's Stone Cold Steve Austin trying to fight Miles Bridges. It's like, come on, dog. Like, first and foremost, your team is number one in the East. They got like a 5-game lead right now over everybody in the East. You are an integral part of the squad. And you're gonna run off the bench, and you're a repeat defender, and you're a repeat offender on top of that. Like, come on, dog. Like, I get it. Jalen Duren is your bro, and you want to defend him. But come on, dog. You gotta be smarter than that. If he was on the court, it's a different story. But not when not coming off the bench, because you a repeat offender on top of that. He's getting at least a 10-game suspension. At least.
Every Knicks fan watching that, I mean, the older Knicks fans, all right? Every older Knicks fan watching that, seeing him coming off the bench and fly, was like, ooh. Knicks Miami. Can't do that. You can't do that. Like, oh my God. Yeah, you are too important, like Ryan G said. You guys are first in the East. This is one of those things that can have you guys without home court advantage at the end of the year because of this. Because you got Jalen Duren, who's been in and out of the lineup because of injury already. He's mushing somebody in the face with the bare hand, so he's getting suspended. He's not a punch, but a mush in the face with the two. I don't know. That's not a punch, but that's something. All right, it's definitely something. That's something. And on top of that, like Beef Stew, you already know Duren has not been healthy all season. He has not. So now you know he hasn't been healthy all season. You're going to be out 10 games. So now you're going to have Reed starting at center, and then what? Who's gonna be the backup? A powerful, like you putting your team in jeopardy. Yeah, you want to defeat. Yeah, you want to defend your boy, but you gotta think more clear-headed in some of these situations. You're actually hurting your team by making that split second decision. So I agree with you, bro. Picks, man. I understand the sentiment and want to defend your boy.
Yeah,
but it's too much at stake.
Facts. My next broad pick, because I don't know, it seemed like last night was fight night in the NBA. Yeah, my other broad pick goes to Mo Gueye on the Hawks because it's kind of funny because he was trying to get at it with Naz Reid, and then he grabbed Naz Reid by the back of his jersey, and all of a sudden after that, my man just got swung around like a damn rag dog because Naz Reid had him and he was just swinging him around by his jersey. I'm like, come on, dog! Like you started it by getting at Naz Reid, and when Naz Reid was retaliated, you was just getting swung around like a damn rag doll.
Yeah, man, you got to do some push-ups and eat some Wheaties before you start messing with dudes who got a biceps and triceps, man.
Bruh. Facts. My next broad pick goes to Jake LaRavia because he had a terrible game. Let me look at the team that the Lakers were facing again. The Thunder. He had a terrible game because on one end, my dude broke somebody's ankles on the Thunder. I forgot who. He broke his ankles, had the wide open three, airballed it. That's number one. And then number two, he had about 3 opportunities for the Lakers to hit a big three for the Lakers in the fourth quarter because I think the Thunder were up by like 2 points or so. The first 3 he took, the Lakers were on the bench. They were like cheering the ball. They were like holding their hands up in the air like he was going to knock in the 3. He bricks it. The second 3, again, wide open. Chance to tie the game or take the lead. The Lakers, the players on the bench were like raising their hands again, like, yeah, he's going to hit it. He bricks it again. And then he gets a third opportunity to either tie the game or take the lead again. And this time the players on the bench were like, they didn't even bother to put their hands up there. They're like, yeah, he's gonna miss. And he ends up missing. Like, even your teammates was like, nah, even your teammates lost faith in you that you were going to hit a shot. Like, come on, man.
Hey, man. That's how it goes sometimes. That's how it goes.
Facts. And I think that is my bruh picks. Oh, yeah. One more bruh pick because, yeah, the Utah Jazz, because I get tanking, but this is a crazy, like, form of tanking because I don't understand how. Because I think right now the Jazz have a pretty decent team. When they traded for Jaren Jackson and they have Lauri Markkanen, you got Keontae George, who's having a great season. Like, the Jazz got some good young pieces. It's not like this team's a scrub team.
Right.
And the coach is basically playing these dudes for 3 quarters and just benching them in the fourth quarter. And it's like, how blatant. You cannot be more blatant than that when it comes to tanking. And you're just resting all your starters in the fourth quarter. I think one game against the Magic, they were up by 15 going into the fourth quarter, and they benched all their starters. And that caused the Magic to come back and win that game. And it's like, come on, dog. Like, at least if you're going to tank, like, make it less obvious. Like, how you going to make it so obvious that you're tanking to try to get a good pick by resting all your starters in the fourth quarter and not doing it for just one game, for multiple games? Like, come on.
Yeah, man, it's getting annoying. It's getting annoying with the tanking thing. Maybe I'm just bitter because of the Dallas Mavericks thing, and I'm watching the same thing happen with the Wizards. It's like, oh yeah, we traded for Trae Young and Anthony Davis, and they're gonna be sitting there all year. Okay, cool. Like, it's like I know they tried their best to like change rules to discourage tanking, but it has not worked at all. It's still going on, and I don't know what the hell to do about it, really, at this point.
Facts.
It's a lost cause. My final bro pick goes to Jalen Brunson. You know what's funny? So during the come to Jesus moment after the Dallas game, when the team was having their talk, whatever, I feel like they had a talk about the process of their offense as well as the defense, because there was like a 5 or 6 game span where Jalen Brunson was passing the ball a lot more. Here's the thing. We won the Celtics game with Jalen Brunson going back to old Jalen Brunson. But we don't need that Jalen Brunson every single game. And I think after a loss like today, I think somebody needs to tap him and go, hey, I know we needed you for that game, but that game is not every game. So I need him to snap out of it and not. He had 30 shots today, and granted, he had 30 shots today. It was freaking overtime, so you're gonna have more shots in overtime, right? But when you're looking at the shot chart, the next highest shot amount was Karl Anthony Towns at 17. and the 17 Karl Anthony Towns shots, I guarantee you, weren't coming from passes from Jalen Brunson. I think I seen it. I feel like I seen him passes to Karl Anthony Towns twice the whole game. And the next highest after that is Mikal Bridges, who had 15 shots. And I feel like he should have had like 20.
Yeah.
25. The way he was going, and especially in that mid range, he should have been more featured in the mid range point blank period.
Definitely.
So yeah, I need him just to read the game better. And this is my favorite player, but he has to just read the game better point blank period.
Definitely. 100% agree.
All right. Hi, yo. Anything else you want to mention?
No, I'm good to go, man. I'm ready to put this game behind me and pray to the almighty gods that the Knicks still have some energy to go against the Sixers tomorrow night in Philly.
I agree, man. I agree. We're going to need every bit of energy there is to have. All right. Hi, yo. That's the show. Thank you guys for watching. Ryan G, let me know where they can find you, man.
You can find me on Twitter at RyanGKOT. You could also find me on Instagram at Sir G is chilling.
Sir G is chilling.
That's SIRG is CHILLIN.
All right. You can find me at the KLT Show on Twitter, the Knick Of Time Show on Instagram, and the Knick Of Time Show on Facebook as well. Damn, Alexander, you was on a train and missed the whole show. That's crazy. Oh, well, replay gang for you. That is the show. Thank you guys for watching. You guys already know, as always.
Shout out the Worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
It's a mess out here in these Knicks streets. That's the show. We out of here.
Peace.
New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.
NYC.